Hello YouTube, it's Grasp PHP here, and in this tutorial, this series of tutorials, this is going to be the first video in a series of registration and login tutorials. I'm going to be walking you through setting up the database in PHPMyAdmin, as this is the first stage of creating our user login and register system. So I'm using PHPMyAdmin here. You may be using this, or you may be using a slightly older version. If you're using something like GoDaddy, you may have like a slightly older version. But I'm going to hop straight into databases up here, where it says create database. I'm going to create a database called users. And create that, and it says it's been successfully created. So if I go into users down the side here, it gives me the option to create a table. I want to create a table called users with 7 fields in it. Obviously these fields are adjusted to what the information you want to store. Like you may want to store the person's address, their phone number, or anything else really, like their age, their date of birth, or their sign up date. You may want to store any of this information, but we're just going to go for the basic registration and login system. So ID we want first, and we also want this to be auto incremented, so we tick this box here. Okay. We also want this to be a primary key too, primary index. Next I'm going to do first name, which will be a varchar. We're going to assign a length of this of, well, let's do 500 characters because some people's names are rather long. Then we skip down to last name. We're also going to make that a varchar. We're also going to make, well, let's make that one 700 characters long. That's just a maximum length. Then we're going to do the email address, which is a varchar too, and let's make that 1000 characters long. Next up, we're going to do username. You may want them to log in with their email address, but I'm going to create a username field anyway, just so I can show you how to do it. And I'm going to create a length on that of 500 characters. Okay, activated, because we're going to be building in a email activation system. That will be an integer, and it will either be whoops, it'll either be a 0 or a 1, and of course we want the default of that to be 0, because that would be that they haven't activated their account. So we want activate to have a default value of 0, and admin, so you can do like administrators. Actually, let's do access. We'll do that as an integer. We'll do that as we'll either do that as a 1. This is dependent on how many levels of access you want on your site. I'm going to do say 4 levels of access on my website, and I want the default to be 1, which is a standard user. Okay, so now I'm going to press save to that. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's try that. Save. Yep, there we go. That works. So now we have this table called users here, and this is all the fields we have. So obviously IDs and auto increment, so it goes up and down. Your first name is the person's first name, that'll be uploaded into there. Last name, person's last name. Email, username, activated, and access. Now what we're going to use activated for is for the email activation system. We'll send a unique link to the person's email address automatically, and when they click that link it will change this value in the database to 1, and every time we log the user in and load a page we're going to check that that is 1 in there, and if it's not 1 we'll display a message saying that you need to activate your account. Access as well, obviously the level of access the user has, so if you want them to be an admin or something then you can change the access in there. If you want to store any other information then just add more rows to this this database structure. I mean it's very simple to add more rows, and by the time this tutorial's finished you'll easily be able to see how you can add more information into the database, like the person's address or their mobile number, their age, their date of birth, anything like that. So thank you very much for watching. This has been the first part of the Register and Login series. In the next part we will get going with the register, the form we'll build in the next part. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.